Okay. Alex Jones. This says, this is my first response to Trump's direct attack on 3 of Iran's nuclear sites last night. Unfortunately, all of my predictions are now coming true. People like to say this. They're wrong all the time, and they ignore all the times they've been wrong and claim they're always true. We're going to see about your predictions here, Jones. But first of all, before we even watch that, here's Alex Jones in May promoting the psyop that Trump is cutting ties with Netanyahu, which was all bullshit. Either Jones is dumb and gullible and sold you this wishful thinking, or he's in on it. And given all his connections and Roger Stone and how much of a mouthpiece and a cheerleader he is for Trump, I'm guessing he could be in on it. I'm suspicious that he's in on this and helped push this line, convince everybody that Trump was turning on Netanyahu, okay? May 9th, Alex Jones's prediction that Trump would completely cut ties with Netanyahu comes true. Oh, did it? Oh, did it come true? Hey, Mr. Tooting your horn and patting yourself on the back. Did Trump cut ties with Netanyahu, or did he just did he take Gaza for Netanyahu? Did he just attack Iran for Netanyahu and claim that they're BFFs and nobody ever worked together better? Yeah, let's empty out the Alex Jones was right jar. Look at this. He says, oh, his prediction came true months ago. In this report, Jones exclusively reveals the backstory of what turned Trump against Netanyahu and why this development is so important for world peace. Yeah, how'd that one age? How'd that one turn out, Jones? Oh, Jones, the guy that shilled for Tulsi. The Jones that shilled for J.D. Vance and ran and minimized the Palantir shit. Oh, the guy that said, RFK's the real deal. Bobby Kennedy Jr. is the real deal, right? Your prediction was wrong, Jones.
He is continuing to push into. I exclusively.
You see, everybody knows Netanyahu and the Zionists are a problem, so they had to work overtime with all their agents like Jones to convince you that Trump was playing 4D chess, and he's running a coup on Netanyahu, and he's secretly against him, right? That's what they had to sell you on that long enough for this attack. The damage is done.
He reported to the world in April that President Trump detests Benjamin Netanyahu and is, quote, done with him.
Oh, really?
Benjamin Netanyahu caused Armageddon.
Oh.
And by the way, people, Trump's real nice people in public. Trump does not like Netanyahu.
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you, folks.
He never.
Jones pushed this psyop. This was all a Jewish deception. The Trump turning on Netanyahu. This was a deception. And all along I said, no, they're not. He's going to do whatever he says. This is bullshit.
Trusted him before. But Netanyahu wouldn't even take his phone call when they stole the election and was the first world leader to call Joe Biden and congratulate him. What a dick. That's why when Netanyahu was there 2 weeks ago, Trump said, well, he came here, wasn't really supposed to be here. He's leaving very quickly. Bye-bye, Benjamin. Reportedly, he's been yelling at him behind the scenes.
This was a lie. Yeah, reportedly, he's yelling at him behind the scenes. Yeah, bullshit. Complete bullshit.
What an idiot. What an idiot. Oh, what a...
Israel moles strike on Iran despite Trump's caution. That's what they were telling us a few weeks ago back in April, huh?
Might have heard that from somebody that was there. And that's what Trump does behind the scenes, starts actually going very controlled, but like, what the hell do you think you're doing? You want to get our grandkids killed? What is your problem?
And now Jones is saying it's 4D chess and Trump is really doing trust the plan. Watch, you'll see. We'll play that next.
What the F is your problem?
We're being set up by Netanyahu, by Trump, by Alex Jones, by all these fake truthers. And that is who they want to get in. And they're going to do it. They'll have their color revolution. They'll have their regime change. They won't stop until they do. And it's not going to happen in 2 weeks either. I love all this outrage against Netanyahu and telling you he's in on it, dude. He's all in on it.
Get our grandkids killed? What is your problem?
Trump, what's your problem?
F is your problem.
What's your problem, Jones? You fucking liar.
I mean, you can't play around with these weapons.
By the Israeli news and other world news that President Trump has cut ties with Netanyahu and, of course, is now negotiating peace deals in the Middle East without even including him.
Oh, really? Oh, and the truth comes out that was all a lie, and he probably knew it, and Jones is probably the top guy that was in on it to push this lie and convince everybody of this. Dude, this is so scandalous.
On top of that, President Trump announced the ceasefire peace deal with the Houthis from the White House Oval Office during a press conference with the new Canadian Prime Minister, and did not even tell Israel about it before he did it. And that's because...
Meanwhile, Trump tweets out that him and Netanyahu are aligned on every issue. Trump just did the statement yesterday saying him and Netanyahu worked closer than anybody's ever worked before. Alex is like, oh, I heard from people on the inside. He's yelling at him. All a lie.
Because he understands that Netanyahu is a globalist who sided with Joe Biden as well, and was the first foreign leader to recognize the stolen election for Joe Biden in 2020 and would not even return calls to Trump. But Trump buried the hatchet on that. And now, just like with Zelensky, he's caught Netanyahu over and over again on the phone saying he'll do why. You've seen some folks recently dealing with foreign policy being removed at the White House. So this is Trump's continued strong defense of world peace, American interest. He's now negotiating directly with the Gulf states, Saudi Arabia, central among it, for
all a fraud.
Abraham Accord 2.0.
Oh, yes. Oh, he's a patriot. We're going to get more Abraham Accords. We're totally winning, America patriots.
He is continuing to push and to get ceasefires and permanent peace in Ukraine. He is working for the whole world, and he's winning the economic war with Communist China, India, the list goes on and on, the UK. Over 100 have now signed on and are negotiating final deals. Many have already done it with the United States. There's a global political realignment happening. The old globalist system has fallen, and Trump is projecting Americana and the American system worldwide, and just doing a fabulous job when it comes to world peace and trade. He could do a better job.
Is anybody going to hold this guy accountable for this, or am I the only one that's going to have to highlight this, huh?
You sit on a throne of lies.
Schroyer is supposed to come on next week. We're going to be talking about this for sure.
Backing down the poison shots. He's already got Kennedy doing some of that. They're moving to ban fluoride, and you can see that unfold. And the borders are secure. We need to see prosecutions of the deep state, but that's moving forward. They're trying to get Ed Martin in as U.S.
Everything's great, Goyam.
And they've said once that happens, boom, it's going to be very, very quickly, and people are going to be very, very pleased as well. This is a real revolution. It's very, very exciting. Here's one of the clips from April where I broke.
Oh, his predictions completely come true. 17,000 likes. Your prediction was wrong, Jones. And what did I say? Look at what I said. July 2024, before the election, Trump said, elect Trump to save the republic. And I said, he's going to unstoppably get us into a war with Iran, and you will be cheering it on with your usual Zio spin. That's what I told him. Replied to him before the election, months before the election in 2024. Vindicated. And what else did Trump? Now, here's the 4D chess. Look at this. Is Alex Jones in on the deception? Just 3 days ago, the lie that Trump is going to take 2 weeks to make a decision to strike Iran. Translation, Trump was ready to strike Iran in the next 48 hours. Now he has punted out 2 weeks to give peace negotiation a chance. This is great news. And they attacked 2 days later. Jones is the agent putting out this Trump disinfo. Look, Nick Sorter, the Timcast guy, 1 million followers, he did it too. Breaking, Trump announces there is substantial chance for negotiations with Iran, so he will make his decision on a strike within the next 2 weeks. Yes, the peace president is making progress. Thank God. 2 days before the attack. Why are people still going to fall for this shit? Who's this? Tucker Carlson also? Trump's lead negotiator, Witkoff, who did a talk with Kushner, says he's on the phone with Kushner all the time. Witkoff's critical role in negotiating global peace and the warmongers trying to stop him. That was all a fraud too. Alex Jones kept saying the same thing about he's for real and he really wants peace. The peace negotiations were a ruse, clearly now. Now, here's Alex Jones's 4D chess that he's promoting. Hold on. Here, this is what he has to say as of this morning.
Last night, I got word that Trump had struck 3 of Iran's nuclear sites while I was having dinner with my youngest daughter. And we immediately left, and I went back to my home office and began researching all the different details. I decided to not comment on it until I had slept on it, until I'd had about 3 or 4 hours once I got up this morning to research every angle.
Whenever something really serious is going down, he always has a super serious voice. He's such a fake, phony, fraud actor. Oh yeah, I did the ChatGPT per capita, the debt between Israel and America. Per capita debt for Israelis is $32,000 per person. Per capita debt for Americans is $106,000 per person. So 3 times as much, yet we're still supporting them. Is that America first?
11 to see what began to unfold, and exactly what I predicted would unfold is now unfolding. So I'll
see, and then he just gets up here and lies. So many people do this. Exactly what I predicted is all happening. Put another coin in the Alex Jones was right card. No, you said that Trump was going to wait 2 weeks to decide to bomb. You were wrong. You said he was kicking out Netanyahu. You were wrong. You said he would save us from World War III and war with Iran. You were wrong. You shilled RFK, Tulsi, J.D. Vance, and Trump. You were wrong. And he gets up here and says, I predicted everything. I'm right again. Put another coin in the Alex Jones was right jar. And all the stupid MAGA sheep followers believe him. Why don't they lose credibility? Because the average person is low IQ, low info, and has a goldfish brain. And they love being duped. That's why, apparently. I don't have any other answer. Because it's not just him, but it's all the Mockingbird, mainstream alternative media all regurgitate the same shit. Maybe that's why too.
I'll tell you my opinion on what Trump did and whether it was right or whether it was wrong in a little while. But first, let's just talk about the facts.
Yeah, the facts.
I predicted, and it wasn't hard to predict, they said they would, that Iran's parliament would vote to block the Strait of Hormuz, which they 100% can do. It's very shallow, very narrow, and they border their supreme leader can override that. I don't know if he will. I also said that if Trump struck those sites with the big bunker busters, that it would not.
Yeah, Israel has universal health care.
Completely take them
out. Of course.
It would take a tactical nuclear weapon to do that, and now they're saying they weren't completely taken out. And I pointed out something on Steve Bannon's show Friday and a message to Trump as well that he got to him, that the Iranians obviously would have gotten their enriched uranium, their fissile material, out of those sites, which they've now announced they did. That's their whole policy, is to hide their ballistic missiles and the bomb material that they have. They're not 2 weeks away, like the Israelis said a few days ago. They've got it. It's not been saying for many years. And now the CIA is saying, oh, we think now we've got to have total regime change because now they're really mad and now they're going to finish their bombs. So see, this doesn't end the war like everybody says it would, and that's the talking point. In almost every war game actuary, it accelerates it. Well, we're not in a war game now. It's happening. And Pakistan came out as a nuclear power and condemned it this morning. And so Iran has a very strong military. They're dug in. The Mullahs are dictators. That said, though, this just expanded the war. Now, Trump is saying, and he said in his speech last night from the White House, that this is Iran's chance to now give up a nuclear program and come to the table, or it's going to get much worse. And now if Trump can claim he's taken out their nuclear capability, that puts some pressure on Israel to stop as well. Well, Netanyahu wants regime change, and he isn't going to stop. Plus, he's unpopular, so this war keeps him in power. Remember, he doesn't want October 7th stand down investigated. He said once the war is over, we can investigate why they stood down 7.5 hours, this incredible military. But the war's never going to end, basically. This is part of a long-term, 25-year plan to have regime change, retirement, lease. This is the last country they want. Iran, Syria just fell 7 months ago, and the West put al-Qaeda in charge there.
Okay, don't want to hear this anymore. Where's the 4D chess thing? Here it is. Look, Trump told Fox News that he worked with Iran to stage an attack in 2020 to de-escalate the war. I hope this is what's happening now. Still with the hope, huh? You still have hope for Trump. Hope and change, Obama. Right? Hopium addict much? He says, is this a big show? A backdoor deal? Oh, it's 4D chess. He's literally regurgitating the QAnon cope. And yes, he was one of the first people to promote QAnon and legitimize it, him and Jerome Corsi. Iran's nuclear facilities were evacuated and equipment moved out days in advance. U.S. publicly announced and made upcoming strikes visible. No, they lied about the upcoming strikes. We all saw the bombers moving in place and the news coverage predicting the strike. That was a decoy. The bombers were already there. That was to lull them to sleep. They're admitting it was a deception. Why are you still lying about this? The U.S. hence struck an empty Iranian nuclear facility since the Iranians knew and evacuated it. There could be some truth to that. If they were smart, they would have moved it. U.S. satellites showing the evacuation. So you're saying Trump is lying about all this, huh? And it's still a win? U.S. satellites showed the evacuation of the facilities by Iranians, hence the Americans knew the facility. Okay, so trying to act like Trump is like in on some 5D chess to attack them but not really hurt them because he's not really with Israel. He's still doing his Zio spin that Trump is like actually like it's not what it seems and Trump is not really starting war with Iran. U.S. and Iran held secret talks in Oman days before. No one knows what was agreed upon. Probably nothing. Oh, yeah, Trump's working with Iran behind the scenes. He's like, wink, wink, we're going to attack you, but we're not. It's not a real attack. What is this bullshit? The only logical conclusion is that Iran and USA made a secret deal to end the war. USA strikes empty facilities. Iran will retaliate, but miss. Dude, he's still going on with these lies.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
That's what I have to say about all this 4D chess. Dude, Alex is, after being wrong about everything, he's still lying to you. U.S. calls on China to prevent Iran from closing the Strait of Hormuz. They're going to do it anyway. Okay, hold on. Let me see Donald Trump. Let's see. Of course he's calling for regime change. I don't see that on his tweet. He already called for unconditional surrender. So maybe it's not on his Twitter. Maybe it was just on True Social and other people are posting it right now. But I agree with you. Just watch for Iran's response, not the words, but the actual physical response. If it is not too harsh on casualty, looks big, I'm right. He's still, dude. I could be wrong. Yeah, like you've been wrong about so much else. Dude, this is the Jones is the Judas goat. Don't get upset. Just note it as a possible scenario. I'm not here to repeat the MSM talking points of any country. Oh, you mean you're not a Zionist mouthpiece promoting all the Zog lies? Here you got the nuanced middle position. No, this is the kooky tinfoil hat QAnon disinfo position, Jones.
On January 3rd, 2020, Trump ordered the killing of Iran's main general Soleimani, if you remember. And then at the time, Trump came out on television and then again later and said, listen, the Iranians had to save face. And so when we killed him for actions that he'd done to our people over the years, they called Trump and said, we're going to fire these missiles at your base, but we're going to make a miss, which they did. And it was face saving. So a lot of people are saying, oh, there's a backroom deal right now with the Iranians.
Oh, a lot of people. Yeah, we're going to believe you in this backroom deal. Just like you told us from insiders that Trump is yelling at Netanyahu and turning on Netanyahu and Trump was going to save us from World War III. You lied about that and he's lying about this. Dude, this is shameful. Owen, Harrison, are you going to stand by this bullshit?
And this is all face saving. And Trump bombed these nuke bases, but it didn't destroy them. And they already moved their uranium out, and so this is all a bunch of kabuki theater.
No. Them moving out the uranium is just them trying to prepare for an inevitable attack. Trying to say Trump told them to do it or is working with them to only pretend like he's attacking is the most kooky, disingenuous bullshit ever. This is QAnon tier.
Back then.
Trying to set me up?
Okay, but now I'm not sure. But I hope that's the case. I see kind of the Q people out there saying this is 50G,
That's what you're saying.
All the rest of it, everything's fine and everything's great. Meanwhile, you have North Korea saying they're going to give nukes to.
Hold on. I love how he says the Q thing and then says, oh, there's Q people out here saying this. You're promoting the same narrative right now, dude. God, he must think his audience is so stupid. He knows he's lying, too.
Iran, so that people stop attacking him. You've got Medvedev, the big Russian leader, saying a bunch of countries are talking about it. The world sees this and understands if you got nukes like North Korea, you get left alone. If the West thinks you don't, then they'll take you out. From my information, they've had the fiscal.
Yeah, I love how David Icke's been calling out all these guys. I've been supporting him along all of this, and Ike still doesn't follow me, but at least he shared one of my compilations or me covering a See Through It All compilation the other day. David Icke's been calling out all of these mainstream alternative media Trump frauds.
Material for a long time to make the bombs. Now they can hit Israel. I see Israel's concern. The point is, if they do close the Strait of Hormuz, as they've announced they're planning to do, I hope they back off of that. If this isn't just kabuki theater between these governments, posturing, still a lot of people get killed, then this just races into escalation of nuclear war, according to all the top think tanks, actuaries, and
which you promised Trump would save us from.
War game groups that go on. But I'm going to post, right after this clip.
I got it. See through it all.
Back up the time about what really happened, and then it's up to you to decide for yourself. I mean, I hope the mullahs take this as a chance to back down. I'm not seeing that anywhere from them. But it's all fluid right now, and things change quickly. So is this all a bunch of kabuki theater? Is this 500 million D chess? We're sure going to find out, ladies and gentlemen.
Imagine still throwing it out there that this could be 5D chess. He's still keeping you tagging along. He's still dangling that bait in front of you. Trust the plan. Trust the plan. God wins.
Here's Trump talking about the last time the Iranians called him up to say, hey, we're just doing this to save face. And now Trump's saving face with this.
Yeah. Ike exposes the Jesus deception, too.
He's backing Israel. I don't know.
Oh, you don't know if Trump... Hold on. Look at this. He's still not willing to say that Trump is backing Israel. Look at this.
And now Trump's saving face with this, just to make it look like he's backing Israel.
Oh, it just looks like he's backing Israel. I don't know, guys. Maybe it just looks like he's backing Israel. Dude, fuck you, Jones. Did I not call this? Did I not call this saying he's going to get us in a war with Iran and you will be cheering it on with your usual Zio spin? Did I not fucking call this? Oh, I'm mad. Oh, I'm mad.
I don't know. Doesn't look like that to me on the surface, but we're covering every angle here.
Oh, we're covering every angle. I know it's bullshit, but I'm saying it anyway.
Angles. So we wargame this. This is what happens.
Oh, we're just wargaming. Yeah, maybe. We don't know for sure that Trump's really working with Israel. Well, we have to wait and see. That's like Ian Carroll's. We need to wait and see.
Analysis, military analysis. It's not you just choose what story you want to believe and you go with this narrative. No, you've got a full spectrum, analyze it all. Like I told you, the Iranians are going to go, hey,
anything could be possible.
Uranium out months ago. Now they've released the video.
We still don't know that Trump's a Zionist plant and a Zionist frontman. Anything could be possible. Maybe he secretly hates Netanyahu. He's really working behind the scenes with Iran. You never know.
Shipping the stuff out months ago. And now it's being reported that it didn't do anything. So now Israel will say, well, we got to keep attacking and keep attacking. It just goes on and on and on. It's out of control.
You're out of control. You're the one that's out of control. And look, Lord Bebo, some big account promoting this. Anti-fake news, promoting the fake news bullshit. Dude, there's still... Look, Scott Ritter, Russian agent, it's an act of theater. Trump was boxed into a corner. Iran wouldn't play his game, so he had to bomb Iran to save face. He bombed 2 empty facilities that had been struck. He bounced 6 bombs off the indestructible facility, claiming destruction despite the obvious. That's it. A contained strike, a nothing burger. This guy that's been wrong about everything. Why is all the Putin shill network doing all of this bullshit? Because Putin's in on it. Putin, Trump, and Netanyahu are all in on it. The Chabadnik mafia running all these fucking puppets. Trump even tweeted MiGA. I saw a comment about that earlier. He literally tweeted out MiGA. The meme came true. I think I can find it if I search the meme came true. Let's see through it all. Wants me to share this one. Alex Jones towing the Duganist Kabbalist Russian narrative that Russia puts out, but it's really the Kabbalist narrative, the evil global homo West, the Antichrist satanic West, and Kremlin wars. Always promoting that it's the West. Look, he says it's not the Jew. Oh, this is long, though.
And schooled, and they're smart. A lot of people who watch you are learning about Alex Jones may not be able to understand this, but the point is...
Sorry, see through it all. I don't want to play this whole 5-minute thing right now. We get the point. He blames London. It's the black nobility. It's the royals. It's not the Jews. It's the secret Nazis running everything in the West. That's the narrative. It's scapegoating Edom for what Israel does. That's the point of it.